Welcome back. Welcome back to Confluent Developer. Hi, it's great to have you back. My name is Viktor Gamov, and I will be your captain to this journey to the places where no data streaming engineer has gone before. My name is Viktor Gamov. I am a developer advocate here with Confluent. And let me just see if I can see whatever you see. And today we actually testing some new setup. I'm happy to try this out. This is Streaming Frontiers. This is live show. Everything that happens here is happening online in real time. And if I will be spending some time to find the words or finding the key combination or struggling with something, trust me, everything happens in real time, like all events. And like life doesn't happen in batch mode. Life happens in real time. So it's time to test our connectivity, and let's see where everyone is coming from. So as a reminder, we're streaming this live in YouTube, which is Confluent Developer YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, you probably should. Also, we're trying to do this in LinkedIn as well. So I see. Here we go. We actually have finally, we find a way how to bring the comments from a LinkedIn show. Hi, Mini. Thank you so much for being a part of Streaming Frontiers. And yeah, my friends from Confluent and Confluent community. Hi, Jenna. Helping with some of the questions. So let me know where you're coming from. Let me know where are you based off. If you're watching this live or watching this as a recording, and so far and so on. Before we jumping into the subject, I will give you some background why I think it's a cool subject for this show specifically and why I'm excited. I'm still waiting some YouTube comments that come in my way. Please, by all means, try to send those and let me know. Okay. Gayatri joining from India, from Accenture, and great to have you as a partners. So we're getting some comments. Dmitry, Nikolai, is it KSQL? No, it is not KSQL. It is not KSQL. It's a Streaming Frontiers. But we might talk about KSQL. I'll give you background. I'll explain some of the things. Manish, great to have you. Welcome to Streaming Frontiers. Great to have you here. I'm still waiting some comments from YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, I just need to make sure that your comments are also what's the word I'm looking for? Also in place, and I can see all the comments from you folks that come in from YouTube. Okay. Dmitry, great to have you from UK. So it's almost the end of the day for you, and thanks so much for joining. All right. At least some of the ways to communicating is working, which is exciting. I'm super excited about this. And let's jump into some of the some of the things that we're going to talk about. So first and foremost, just before we go into the crazy details and go crazy with the querying the streams and stuff like that, Current New Orleans. Current, it is our flagship event where you can learn all things streaming, all things data, all things AI. And this year in North America, it's already third event this year. I'm extremely excited to explore new location. I never been in New Orleans myself, and I am looking forward to learn how what's the data engineers in that part of the US are doing. October 29 and October 30, New Orleans. I hope we'll see many of you there. If you are interested, registration is open. You can register right now. General attendee price, early bird, is low as possible, and you still have a month to decide if you want to go. Program committee is actively working on picking up sessions. It is, I'm telling you, this is going to be a huge event. There's going to be a ton of very interesting sessions, and I'm not jealous for a program committee to pick up this, because it is incredibly difficult and incredibly hard to do. Again, DM me if you're interested to get the tickets to Current. Now, let me quickly check if there is something that is maybe pick up this missing in YouTube. No, actually, surprisingly, still no one is watching on YouTube. I was wondering maybe it is something wrong on my side, or just LinkedIn is much more popular destination for you folks to hang out and stuff like that. All right, so we still have a few more people. We do have Avesh from India, Ramaya, Francel from Brazil. Wow, that's super cool. Thanks so much for coming. All right, so let's talk about the subject of today's presentation. So many of you know, or if you don't, I will definitely tell you. Some time ago, I was inspired. I don't want to say stole this idea, but I was inspired by the question that was asked in Twitter, and it turns out no one did anything like this before. So there was no presentation that puts everything in one place in terms of like how to query stream that comes into Kafka. And this is generally question that everyone have in mind. It's like, how do I query a stream? And over, I don't know, I think it's almost a year right now since I started building this presentation and delivering this presentation. And what I found, actually, you can find this on this website. It's called speaking.gamov.io. It's the website that if you want to, you can bookmark it. All my presentations and all my slides and videos are there. And all presentations that I did on this topic also here. And I found myself, depend on the setting that I'm delivering this talk, there's always not enough time to dive very deep in the subject and bring some of the examples, bring actual implementation, what I'm talking about. And this is how I decide, and this is how I convince my colleagues at Confluent that this streaming frontiers, would be exact place to deliver this presentation in full capacity. And what I mean by that, so we might have maybe 5 or 6 more episodes until the end of the year, and those episodes every month, I'll try to see if I will be able to squeeze more episodes. But in this case, I need your support. I need your the questions and somehow create the buzz that you're interested in this subject, and I will be breaking down everything that I'm talking in this presentation. Now, which presentation, you might ask? So it's time to talk about this. So how to query stream? There's different versions of this presentation. This stream will have extensive version of this presentation. Now, and if I want to start this, I want to start this somewhere. And specifically, I want to start with how this presentation came about in the first place. When I was back in the start tree, there was a question about what it takes for someone to start querying the stream. Like, obviously, when the streaming frontiers, everything is Kafka. Your data is in Kafka, and that's kind of like the way of life, right? This is the life we live in a stream. And there was a question from Robert when he was asking, okay, so there's a concept of the interactive queries in Kafka Streams, and also let me know in a comment if you're familiar with this concept. If not, no worries. We're going to be breaking things down, hopefully today, if I would stop talking about some other things. But anyway, he was asking. He has a conversation with John Ressler, who is one of the committers in Apache Kafka Streams. And the question was, should I pick up something like more powerful like Apache Pinot, which we also going to talk about? It is a OLAP, real-time OLAP database. Or just stick to interactive queries. And with all due respect, I also have a little bit of a problem with the naming here, because interactive queries name is also a little bit misleading, because people thinking that I will be able to query stuff here. You will be able to query some stuff. So that's very important. Now and this was a response from Tim Berglund. Many of you know him. And his response was that, yeah, that's really needs a talk or like video or conference. So talk is there. If you're interested in shorter version, there's different versions available on this website. Now, we're going to be jumping into more detailed explanation. And one of the things that I would like to talk about is how Kafka gets the data in. So in this particular case, in case of data integrations, data or Kafka will be used as a system that will be helping connecting multiple systems. In this case, we have a ETL type of thing, and we do have CDC type of thing. So ETL, it's an extract, transform, load. We're getting data from external system, transforming this and loading to destination system. And CDC is where we looking for or listening for the changes that happens on source system, and we push them through Kafka into destination system. Now, this is how data will end up in the Kafka or end up in some other systems. Now, but data already in our Kafka, it is append only. We know this, and it is great for capturing this data and pushing this data from one system to another. But this hello, Lyndon nephew, welcome to Streaming Frontiers. It's great to have you here. With the logs, we do have our messages stored. It's append only. It's great for storing the data. Not so great for querying this, because we know this data. There's no mechanism that allows you to retrieve something from Kafka log, and after that, why I am doing this. Let's do a full screen if I can. All right, and this is great for storage. It's great for scalability for writes, but not so great for querying this. And when I query, see there's people try to find some interesting things in the streams. And in this presentation, or in these streams, or in this Streaming Frontiers episodes, I want you to remember we're going to be focusing on two type of data streams, like two type of data streams. One, it is a OLTP stream or OLAP streams, and the since I'd like to consider Kafka to be our operational store and the place where all the data will go from your operational system, meaning that the system that will be, I don't know, capturing orders or getting like updates from the flights. We were going to consider Kafka as our operational store. And when we're interested in operational data, we're usually interested in particular entity or particular record. So that's why we do have a separation between real-time, the transactional processing system that will care about individual record. And when we care about querying this stream based on certain conditions, say for key. We're interested in credit card transactions. We have a list of credit card transactions, and based on credit card number, we can get a list of transactions that happen. Now, we care about individual records, the set of records or individual record in OLTP stream. When we interested in more broader story, we interested in not particular record, but when we interested in particular, say, instead of like capturing this credit card transaction and trying to find one of the fraudulent, OLAP stream or getting data for analytics will require, say, what type of purchases. Say we're interested in groceries, like what's the percentage of our expenses that we spent last month on these credit card transactions are for groceries. So this is the analytical query, the query that interested about deeper story. So when we will be discussing different solutions, when we will be talking about different tools, we're going to be talking about these two type of streams, how we can get the query by key, because it's also natural, because Kafka message has a key and has a value. And when people start learning Kafka in the very beginning, they might be also confused about certain things. Specifically, they might be confused. Hey, there's a key there. How I query Kafka by key? And it's also turns out not that easy. You need to use some of the tools that we're going to be breaking this down. Now, enough for the presentation. I still expecting some YouTube comments. I don't see any YouTube comments. That's crazy. And the things what I want to show or things I want to start building with is it's a show where I'm writing code and you criticizing me that I'm doing something wrong or maybe helping me. I start building this project that will include all implementations of different tools that I want to implement. And just briefly for those of you who interested in this kind of roadmap style of what's going to happen in the show, we're going to start with today we're going to be focusing on something that is out of the box and available for everyone. It's the connection, Kafka Connect, and we'll try to use some existing databases to query stream, and I explain why. Hopefully, we'll have a time to talk a little bit about the Kafka Streams. We're going to talk about streaming databases, and obviously, we cannot miss talk where Flink comes in this and how Flink exists in this solution. We're going to talk about real-time analytical databases. Obviously, I spent some time with Pachipino, a little bit of time with ClickHouse. We're going to see if we can bring something in. Not big expert in data warehouse, but we'll see how it goes. And at the end, hopefully, in the Christmas, you will get the best explanation and best tool for solving this. I hope it's called TableFlow. So that's our outline. Again, you can influence the show. If you feel some of the tools is not mentioned, or there's your favorite solution that I didn't cover, send me DM, send me message in the LinkedIn, in Twitter. Let me put this here so you would know where to find me in this world. and I will make sure that this would be somehow reflected in our outline. But let's start with something. Now, write down in the comments and let me know. Oh, perfect. Familiar names. I think this is somewhere from the previous slides. Raspergu, your nick is somehow I cannot remember from where. But your question, what about streams in Iceberg? It's gonna be here. We're gonna talk about Iceberg in the big topics. It's gonna be here. So thankfully, now we know that YouTube is working. Christina, welcome from Idaho. Brian, welcome from Johannesburg. Wow, our geography today is crazy. Yeah, it's great to have you. All right. Now, as I said, this is the repository where I will be storing everything. There's something, and my goal for this show is update this with all new and exciting things that we're going to be building and learning together in this stream. So, if you want to play around, by the way, if you always want to play around with Confluent Cloud, you can always, where is it? Where's my code? You can always use my code and start playing around with Confluent Cloud, because I will be using Confluent Cloud. I think it's a great platform for running your Kafka, and I also don't want to mess around with the things, and I just want to make sure that it would be a little bit more complex than using something like local Kafka inside the Docker. You definitely can do this in Docker. Absolutely, have no concerns that you will not be able to do this locally in Docker. I will be using Confluent Cloud to demonstrate you some of the things there. Now, so we are going to get some data that is already available. There's a bunch of stuff is available inside my Kafka cluster. We're going to be focusing, at least for today, we're going to be using flights. I do have a flight generator that generates some random data. There's like a few thousand, couple thousand messages that are available in this topic. So in this particular case, 17,000 messages are already there. So that makes our task a little bit interesting. So now, when I was talking about the OLAP versus OLTP, each and every message in Kafka topic, that's something data that would be stored as our operational, thing. In this case, we have a flight number, destination, origin, scheduled departure, and actual departure. Just we can try to play around with this data and find, say, I don't know, delayed flights. If the scheduled departure timestamp would be different from. Let me move myself somewhere here. Yeah, so you can see this better. Now, with this, this is going to be data that we're going to be using. I know that, and you should know this as well, that inside Confluent Cloud, I do have connectors. And that's what I was saying when I was talking about the... So Kafka Connect. Kafka Connect, it's the de facto standard for bringing this data into Kafka and getting data outside of the Kafka. Why it is important? You don't need to repeat yourself when you will be deploying those connectors. You don't need to, because it provides infrastructure. Only thing that you need to focus on is what and where and how would be handled by Kafka Connect. So what kind of data, where this data either come from, if we need to load this data into Kafka, and how we can get this data back. We can have a bunch of different connector plugins here. I don't want I don't want to use anything from here. Manage connectors is great. It's fantastic. We're going to try to do something like similar. Now, what kind of problem we try to solve? The problem of querying a stream. One of the first solutions that I would like to propose in this presentation, I actually propose this here, is to implement a just view. Where does it play? In the window. Yep, that's window would be better. We have a Kafka. We have a Kafka connector, and after that, we're gonna write this data in data sync. And this data sync, this is where we're gonna be start querying our data. Now, the one of the solutions that I picked up for this presentation will be we will run around. Let me close those things and close those things. Kafka Connect. And what I have in mind for this is to run my Kafka Connect as a local process in my computer that will connect to my Kafka stream. I will dump this data somewhere, and after that, I will be able to query this data. So in this particular case, I'm really interested in what? I'm interested in getting this data into very powerful database called SQLite, and after that, try to query this information. So let's take a look what it takes to configure this connector. We're going to be using JDBC Sync Connector. So JDBC Sync Connector is the most generic connector that allows you to write data to any database. I'm picking up SQLite because SQLite is in process, simple to use, and it also designed to be a database that serves like your OLTP transactions, like record-specific things. Analytical cases we're gonna explore in a few minutes. Now it writes data into my flights database. And it has the ways how we can infer schema. So in this particular case, our schema would be stored in the schema registry. And based on the schema from schema registry, we will be able to create our, the table of, where's my initial SQL. So we can get this data about flights. It has a departure report, schedule, status, event timestamp that will be also picked up. Change dialect to, it's going to be what? SQLite. Boom. Now this connector again would be running locally. So for this, I need to connect this to my Kafka cluster. Many of you know I need to go and configure my environment. So in this particular case, I need to have a Bootstrap server, schema registry URL, keys and value. So we're gonna go and pick this up from our Confluent Cloud. Let me see if I have enough API keys because I didn't have a chance to increase number of API keys. So let me remove this one because I need to do something else. Confirm. I'm gonna do remove this one. Now I'm gonna do what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So maybe I also don't need this. While I'm typing, let me know in the comments what do you use these days if you need to query a stream from Kafka. Give me your like wildest solutions and the things that you build. Now I'm gonna go and create my cluster overview. I'm getting my networking. Where's my API network management, cluster settings, cluster settings. That's my Bootstrap server. I'm going to copy this into configuration for my connector. Now, schema registry URL and the Kafka config. We're going to get this also from stream governance, schema registry. That's my schema registry URL. Goes into this config. And now I need to create API key, add API key. My account. Schema registry, we're going to do this in schema registry, this one. And it's going to be streaming frontiers, schemas registry key. And today is what? 7/23. So I will not forget what it was here and why it's here. All right, create key, great. It's going to be schema registry, API key here. And the secret is here. This is the most kind of like place where majority of the people will make mistakes because of the getting the API keys correct, API keys to correct environment. I see. Oh no, my account, and let's go streaming frontier Kafka key 7/23. 23. Yep. Boom, 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 and we're going into, where is the Kafka? We're gonna do this one, username, since we're using SAS config. And we're gonna using this one. Now, okay. The things that I got this. We got this. It's here. Let's see, we have a topics, orders. One of the cool features that you can see in Confluent Cloud, there is also the monitoring, not orders, I'm sorry. We're talking about flights. The monitoring, we can see the consumer groups and all this stuff. We just see there's no consumption here. Now, with this configuration, so I do prepare some of the things that help me to automate certain things. In this particular case, I'm interested in Kafka Confluent Cloud configuration for Kafka Connect. So if I run kc bootstrap, so what it will do, it will read my environment variable. Again, I'm showing you here because we're friends, and the I don't think it's the correct one because I didn't update my environment. No, it is correct one. Schema registry is the 662J, and my environment is like this. Okay, perfect. Now, next thing is that I want to run this the connector. So again, connector will be running inside the Docker, locally on my computer. It will read the data from my flights topic, infer the schema, create the schema for my SQLite, and we will be able to fill up this SQLite file with the data. So if I want to run this, so make Kafka Connect, and we are to start. Okay, first of all, I want to make sure that we are good on Kafka Connect. It actually, starts connecting to Kafka. Looks like something is wrong. Authentication is failed. Maybe our configuration is incorrect. So let's try to think. Let's try to fix that. So we're gonna go into cloud properties and see if we can have a correct configuration. So it looks like our script, this is correct. This is also correct. Our keys, let's see. Our keys, that's our Kafka key is boom, boom, boom. I don't see, where's the Kafka key? Jazz config, Q, K. Looks like it's incorrect for some reasons. Let me kill this one. let me make KC. There's a stop status clean. I'm gonna stop it here. I need to add the stop. Let's do bootstrap one more time. So bootstrapping configuration from cloud properties not found in the directory. Okay, looks like there's a different. Let's put it back. And where's the command that will start doing the things? Init bootstrap SQL. Okay, Kafka Connect, configure, clean. It's fine. We're gonna do this cloud properties manually, right? Because we do have this information here. Bootstrap server. That's tedious. I know. I need to automate this somehow. Flink. We don't need this at this point. We're gonna do. This is gonna be our cloud properties. This is gonna be okay. And this is where we're going to put our cloud.properties schema registry. Schema registry. We're gonna do this. Boom. Schema registry. That's correct. S4R. Yeah, I think it's correct one. S4R. Yeah, let's see if we can do make KC clean. Maybe we need to rebuild this. And we're gonna do start. Let's see. Connecting to this one topic. Yes, that's correct. And reading from environment files. But it should not read this from environment files. Let's see if we get a connection. Kafka SAS notification. Notification failed. Notification failed. Let's see if let's explore what are you doing here. So it's been a while. Now we're building image. I do have a connection. Blah blah blah. We're gonna run this. Okay, perfect. Now when I run this, how this configuration would look like? We're looking for cloud.properties here. Schema registry, basic user auth. Okay. Environment sets to. Perfect. We do have this information is here. Cloud properties contains all those files. Yes, that's correct. Let's see if I maybe I messed up with API keys again. It's hidden. I should have downloaded this. Let's try it one more time. Config. Oh, confirm. Yes, we're doing confirm. We're gonna do my account. We say next. Streaming Frontiers Kafka 723. I download this this key, and now if I would just say I'll tell you what's the key this key would look like. Boom. Yeah, we're looking into API key. Is that okay? You know what? I need to use more Confluent Cloud CLI. Confluent Cloud CLI has all this API key. Let's copy this API key. Gonna go in here, and inside the Kafka, that's our API key. That's our secret. And make sure that we're connecting to correct bootstrap server. That's also important. Okay, now let's do make KC bootstrap configuration file from cloud properties environment variable set. It's another way around. The cloud properties, that's the where we should put these things, right? And I'm going to go with the because we're running Docker and Docker will use environment variables. Yep. How silly I am. Now the password would be what? This one. This is gonna be our. It's always this like small things. Scheme registry. Is it correct? Scheme registry key. Let's try it. Oh, I know where to find it. I have example that already running that can I can benefit from. I know this will definitely work because this is I'm copying from somewhere that I know. Now let's do this bootstrap. Make KC start. All right, and hopefully this will fix our problem. Okay, perfect. Now it was able to connect to Kafka. Again, as always, make sure that using correct API keys and automate the things. So if I would go in my topic, my flights, and I'll start the monitor, I will see. Also, should see a couple more things. It will. When the connector will restart. Now connectors is up and running. Also, it created some offsets, connector configuration offsets. Even though I'm not using this Confluent Cloud managed connectors, it still created those topics. So if I just do make let's see status. Connect container is running, but it says not running. So what is happening? So let's see what is wrong. It's starting the connectors. We're waiting until Kafka Connect would be fully initialized. Let's run the connector status one more time. Connect is not running. Kafka connector connect is not running. But I definitely see Connect is running. Yeah, so it's actually running. Let's see if I can do make what's the command KC do. SQLite query. Okay. Looks like data is actually in my let's see if there are some errors on my Kafka Connect side of things. No, I don't see any errors. I think it is something with my script. Now the data successfully landed inside my let's see query flights. So I'm going into this container. I will be executing this query. So if I would do check row count. Let's compare. If I'll just do Kafka Connect, Kafka Connect script. What's the query flights? 17,000. Oh no, 174,082 flights. Let's see if it's actually feeds the bill with information that I have on my flights topic. To production for last hour. Can we get the total number? I guess we probably... Can we see total messages? 30,000. Let's do this one. Maybe my database is already full of some data. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I stop the connector. Let's kill it just in case. We're gonna kill flights database that already have some files. Let me remove this. So we can. I want to make sure that is actually runs everything what I need. KC start. Kafka Connect starts. Okay. Make KC start. Now, this is where we're gonna see if the connector is actually working. Maybe I'm not. Maybe not even starting the connector. So let's see. So I need to KC start connect services, but now I need to init connector. Okay, so make KC configure. Now this is where I didn't press the start. So now we're gonna be configuring our JDBC connector to connect to our Kafka cluster. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. So make KC status. It says not running. We can wait. It should be running. We initialize table. Something is going on. Something cool is going on. Let's see. Let's monitor consumption. Yes. Yeah, we're cooking something. Consumer lag. Don't have any consumer groups for this topic. I'm surprised that it's not showing me a consumer group for Kafka Connect. What about stream lineage? Can it show me? So topics. Yeah, it says connector consumer, but why it's not showing? Why it's not showing this in the consumer group? Like that would be useful to see. Or maybe it's still bootstrapping. Maybe it's still bootstrapping. Let's see. Status connector is not running. Oh, now connector is running. So now we have a connector is running. And if I would run the query, my query, great. If I'll just do true Kafka. 32,000. Now we are golden. So where's the topic? Flights, and we should consumption last hour 32,000 messages. So see it since it's constantly does the thing. Yeah, we're getting close. But again, you see, this is the problem that with this approach, we need to constantly pumping data in. Let's see, consumption, consumer lag. I am surprised. I need to check this one. Why I don't see a consumer lag for this connector, because I would love to see, because it's not managed connector, and this also is not knowing anything about my my connector that's running. What if I can see? Let me try it one more time. Configuration and monitor and production. It doesn't show, but we clearly see the production is happening, and data is going in. So now that's the first approach. Have a stream of data inside. Have a streaming data inside my Kafka. Now I do have a database that I will go ahead and do some query stuff. I can do like a query based on something, and this script. What it does, it just do select blah blah numbers and getting like top 10 flights that were dumped from this. But if you know flight number, like if we can connect to this one and get if we have a flight ID. Can I connect to this one? Yeah, flight. Let's see if I can connect to this one. Flights database. Refresh tables, flights, and let's see. Edit data. All data is here. So when I can have, say, flight number is, and what I can do is to do something like, okay, it's the DDL. We're not interested. We are interested to query how we can do SQL scripts. No, we're not doing this. Where's the query console? Kind of, sort of, yeah, query console. Yes, and order line, cancel flight. Will it work? 2 errors. What is that? It doesn't have a Unix timestamp. The word. What's the word we're using? The datetime, actual departure, and a Unix epoch. That's the function that we're using. Datetime. I need to Google this. Where's the? Let's see if this actually works. Yeah, it works. And the cool thing is that we also can perform some aggregation here. Now, one of the interesting things that, if we're going to stay on this subject, some people might argue that, oh yeah, the Kafka Connect is cool, but Kafka Connect requires you to the run infrastructure. So one of the colleagues of mine here at Confluent, he wrote this very interesting tool. It's called Quack, Kafka Quack, and this is all about doing real-time analytics on top of Kafka topics, but without involvement of Kafka Connect, and it uses DuckDB. So there's no good example how to do the JDBC connector with DuckDB, even though it's possible. So what Robert ended up doing, it's created this like a command line. So and so what we will do, what we're gonna try, I want to try this, is get the data in Kafka topic, dump it into Parquet file because DuckDB supports Parquet file, and after that we're using DuckDB and explore this data. So let's see if we can do this. So first of all, we are so we're gonna do make Quack configure. Okay, so the env line required command configuration updated. So let's see if we can infer this configuration from my cloud.properties. If it uses the same, say this cloud.properties, and we'll just do compare. Okay. Quack.properties and cloud.properties. So we're gonna use our topics. We'll have a flight, bootstrap server. So it looks like it follows the same format. So what we're gonna do is just like copy paste from here everything except if I go into this repository and we'll take a look on the config, does it have, so this is how this configuration should look like. We're at topics, topic 1. My script is screwed up a little bit. We're gonna copy everything from here. I'm gonna fix this after and publish this. We're gonna be doing flights. We're gonna topic 1, third day, key third day. I I don't care about key. I think I don't. Let's see if I do care about key at some point with my flights. And key is string. So key start day. Let's take a look on documentation. Okay. Available third days. We need to do. I just want to do simple like string or something like latest from schema registry, double string binary available third days string. So it is gonna be doing key third day is string. It's a for topic 1, but it's gonna be flights. Flights. We're gonna be doing for flights. We're gonna do latest, so it says latest from schema registry, latest version for schema registry URL. Okay, perfect. Now this is where we're gonna start cooking with these with the security SASL configuration. This is how we're expecting this. So we're gonna go replace this bootstrap server with this guy. Now we're gonna do client lookup. Client security protocol, SASL config, SASL plane. We're gonna do this one. SASL plane. Where's the security protocol SASL SSL? Now we're gonna do environment cloud if link it's something that we don't need. Schema registry URL and basic user info. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so it has user info, and this is something that we need to replace with this. So I'm gonna go with looks like configuration. The consistency of configuration is always troubles me, especially in the Kafka world. Like everyone wants to create their own configuration all the time. Let's do this one so that's we don't need this. And rest of the stuff should be working. So now cool. So if I just do make quack, what we gonna do? Let's see what properties I do have. A quack, make file. Yeah, I need to look into this one more thoroughly. Boom, boom, boom. Make quack. Where is it? Yeah, this one. Quack test. Okay, so we're gonna do quack test. Open the archive, blah blah blah. Where is it? Oh, no. Like we need to use quack the properties version help. It's probably gonna be installing this somehow. Let's see. Installing quack. I'm not interested in this. I'm interested in test. Where's the test? Thanks. So we are skipping build. We don't need to do this source. We're gonna do quack is available in my path. We're gonna do select connection. Okay, so let's see if we're gonna. Okay, so here. No subject found for this particular, but subject should be there. Let's see. Subject not found. Source env file. Okay, we don't need this. It will be bothers me. Select connection -f. Okay, perfect. Now let's take a look configuration one more time. So we're gonna talking about flights. That's gonna be our topic, And if we're looking into schema registry, no, sorry. You go in here, schema registry, data contracts, and we do have a flights value. Yeah, I see that no schema for subject, but it should be there because this, when I go to query this with schema registry, I do have this flights value here. Let me read configuration one more time. So the values are there. It's available. We're doing ever schema file. No, we're not interested. We're doing latest. Making sure that that's correct schema registry. Is it correct schema registry? Doesn't look like it. Let's see if we can use the same schema registry. Schema registry URL. Same. Cloud. Yeah, that should work. Yes, we are. The question was, are we looking for topic flights? And yeah. That's we're looking at topic of flights, and we do have data in schema registry. Let's see. My Quack build. We don't need this. Source, we also don't need this. We are going with the Quack like this. Config file, select from topic name and from flights. Okay. So maybe some of the substitution in the scripts are working incorrectly. So in this case, we're gonna let's do manual. My automation might work incorrectly. Quack. What we gonna do? We're gonna do -f. -f is file. And just do -f. We are in Quack. Quack properties. Still problem with the schema registry. No subject found. Error code. Why it is not? Could not find latest schema for subject flights value. Let's gonna go into flights value. Schema is here. I'm afraid I'm maybe messing with the with credentials again. Let me check schema registry. Schema registry basic user config. Still doing something wrong. Subject not found. Error code. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Subject not found. Schema subject not found. Okay, in Kafka. I think I'm messing up with the creds. No, I don't think it's a version issue. I think it's a there's a question from Tangu. Yeah, this is very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Maybe it's a configuration. Maybe my configuration of this Quack is not. There should be looking into the config one more time. I promise me, I'm gonna try this one more time, and after that, we're gonna skip this for today. Let's see if configuration that we're using for schema registry is correct. So we're gonna do this one more time. So first of all, we know this is working. So schema registry URL, and this is what we are taking. And this is what we are replacing with. Basic codification, user info, SR API key, and secret. API key and secret. I think it's just like I'm screwing up with configuration. What was the... there's a command that allows me to just dump it into Parquet file. Okay, let's try it. Maybe in this case, it -r schema registry URL, and we're putting the schema registry URL. Okay, something is happening. Something is happening. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see, and there should be command that will dump data -a. Okay. Okay, and let's see. We have a DuckDB in place. Now let's see if we can do something kind of like show. Let me do this one. Let me do this one second. Now, there's a command that allows me to dump this to file. And after that, I will do one cool thing. Now, query export. Yeah, that's export minus Q copy token to topic name flights Parquet format Parquet. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Minus Q. This is what I'm gonna do. Copy. We're gonna do copy flights to flights Parquet. So in this case, I will export this to Parquet file. Let's see if this will work. Waiting. Hopefully this will, that will be cool if the command will provide some. Yes, I do have a files Parquet file. So if I will just do DuckDB, what's the, how I can pass a file here. DuckDB options -f file name, process file, turn headers. So I think I saw it here somewhere. Okay, we do this. What's the command? I definitely saw this kind of like the usage which you can convert Kafka topic format by copy. Yes, and now how I can open, we can ask AI. DuckDB open Parquet file. There should be something like, okay. select from Parquet. Okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do DuckDB UI. I was wondering if I can do this from UI. And I can do plus file. Yes, file. I can do this in the path. Okay. I have this file where? Okay, that's the full minus elements L. What's the full? How I can print the full path? Okay, let's see. We're gonna do this dirty, but I think there's a better ways. Flights dot database flights, and I think a success. And the file or our flights information is here, destination, blah blah blah. And because the streaming frontiers didn't happen without there was no episodes where I didn't use AI for this. Let's run where's my copilot? And I would say for let's see if we can have a structure copy SQL definition for No. I want to see where's the copy definition. That's weird. Okay. Table for like this. For table, create interesting analytical query. We're gonna go with ask mode. Not gonna do anything. So let's see if we will be able to get some interesting flight delay information. So let's see. We can do this. Copy. Why it is not? Okay, let's do this. Where's the copy? Yep. From flights, probably like this. Dot main dot flights. Let's do this. MySQL style. A little bit web coding syntax error. Okay, so it doesn't understand these things. Okay, we're gonna go not MySQL style. We're gonna do normal style. Boom. Where? There's something wrong with part syntax near dot. Why? Okay, let's do it one more time. If I will just do query in the current notebook, so it says from flights. So it should work like this without any problems, right? So it should go. Well, let's do style how DuckDB support. Now functions matches. Okay, it looks like use DuckDB SQL dialect for those. Because it just generated some random SQL. Let's see if this will be able to do this with DuckDB style. I see already it cannot because DuckDB has this like from first thing. But let's see. Yeah. Copy. I don't understand why it's not copying things. Are you done? Are you done? Copy. Here we go. No function matches given. Date parts. Can we do something simple that doesn't require this? Let's see. Date part. Why? No function. Anyway. yes. Very strange. Very strange. The thing that doesn't work. But we get the data. You got the idea. And idea is to get the data from Kafka and bring it to the source that you can query. So Kafka Connect. If you want to do this with standard JDBC connector, you will connect this into traditional database. And this is where you can start doing the cool things. So that's what you show with SQLite. So also another option is to, I do have illustration for this. So basically, we're going to be running this update every 10 minutes with dumping this file. And after that, we're going to go and query. Sometimes this solution would be, something that you would want to do, or you want to, live with this. Now, I didn't have a time to go into Kafka Streams, but it's fine. Like today, we're going to talk about one particular subject. I'm not going to do introduction the next time, so we'll have more time with this. I will be careful with my errors and will analyze what was the problems with DuckDB. I would be super interested to continue to use this tool. And so with this, everything will be here at some point. We'll fix this. Presentations here. Current New Orleans. I hope I will see many of you there. So I remind you that my name is Viktor Gamov. I am Principal Developer Advocate with Confluent. You can follow me on different social media outlets. I'm happy to get feedback about this stream. And I'm waiting for your feedback. I'm waiting for your questions about maybe some of the tools that you want to see in this stream. And with this, my name is Viktor Gamov once again, and have a nice day.